And good morning. Welcome to Focus on Stafford County here on 1590 KVGB 95.5 FM. We're talking about Stafford County today with Stafford County Economic Development Director Ryan Russell in studio today.
Good to be here,
sir?
Steve. You doing good?
Yeah, I'm doing fantastic today. Good to see you here. We've got a lot of things to hit on and some updates because you got a lot of moving parts going on down there as always. Yeah. So let's go ahead. Gray's Photo Studio, the construction has begun.
Yeah, so last week we finally got started. They were in there, did some framing. Davis Electric is doing the electric and plumbing and stuff. So they're in there today. I went by to this morning and talked to Kevin Davis a little bit about it, and they're moving forward with things. And so once they get their stuff done, we'll do the sheetrock and we'll be rolling. So
wow, and an event coming up here pretty soon too.
Yeah, we're doing an online auction tomorrow. Starts tomorrow actually. And you can
looked at April 29th. Okay, never mind.
Oh, no, agreed. Yeah, tomorrow it's around about 36 hours. We're doing an auction online only, and there's 12 pieces from 10 different artists, and it's basically they've donated the pieces, and we're auctioning off, and so you can go on givebutter.com. You can go to our website, our social media page, Facebook page, to see the link, and then also Carol Long, who is in charge of Gray Studio. She's posted a lot about it on her personal page, and also their studio page, Gray Photo Studio page. So that's happening tomorrow and Saturday. So we're excited about that because we're trying to raise about $20,000, and that will go toward some of the finishing pieces of things that we're doing. So, so that's really cool. So we're really lucky to have them. Those artists on board to do the auction, and then we're looking into the museum room. I had a call this morning with a company that does displays to kind of build out the museum room, and we're going to probably go for another grant to do that. The museum room, which is a small room about 200 square feet, and so yeah, we're moving along. Things are going now finally, and I think we'll be able to complete almost everything within the calendar year, and it'll be open next year.
We've been talking about this a long time. I mean, from when it started, and the building's in basically disrepair to see where we are now. And one thing I've learned about hosting this show over the years and all the projects that Stafford EcoDevo's got involved, there's an old saying, and it's kind of like, how do you eat an elephant, right? And it's one
bite at a time.
Yeah,
that's right.
And this is one where you just kept eating the elephant, and now you're about done with it.
Yeah, when I came on, they were completing a grant, and I helped them close out that grant. And then we looked at doing kind of a more robust partnership to see how we get them to the finish line. And so we're doing that now, and hopefully we can keep trucking and get that finished. So.
Okay, so again, the vision for this, once it is completed, up and running, everything's done to it, and they'll add a lot of things for the community.
Yeah, it'll be an art center. There's going to be an apartment in the second floor toward the back side of the building that can be rented, but there will also be like visiting artists who will come stay, resident artists to come and do classes, show their art, and then we'll do art shows. There'll be different events in the space, and then people can come by and do a tour of the space and see the museum room and things like that. And I mean, it'll be on Airbnb. So whenever there's not a resident artist, if you want to come and stay in a historical building, it'll be posted and people can book it and come and stay, and it'll be a cool experience. But we're probably a little more than about a year or so away from that being available.
Is Gray Studio haunted?
I haven't seen any ghosts.
Okay.
Myself,
right. It's just
you never know. I don't know.
Add to the lore.
It would be cool. It'd be cool if it actually. It'd be cool if it was haunted, because then we could post that on kind of haunted tourism websites. But I don't know. Well, I'll have to maybe stay there myself one night and see.
Okay. All right. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Tell me about the Prairie Vista Housing Project. Yeah. And is this just a name that we put to one of these, or because we've talked about housing before?
Yeah. So we we had Prairie View, which was the 10 houses we did before.
Okay.
And so the new project we're doing with the state.
Okay.
It's state funded. We call it Prairie Vista. So whenever I talk about Prairie Vista, that's what we're talking about. The 9 houses that we're building in St. John and Stafford. And we're moving ahead with that. Some of the dirt work has started, and it's moving along. And just, waiting for those final things and to get started. And so they're going to put a dumpster there. They're going to start the work soon on the concrete and dirt work. And so we're ready to go and just waiting for for them to get started.
So the first one, this is in which
community? One of them.
Okay, so
the first 2 houses are the same design.
Okay.
So we're doing those 2, and one's in St. John, one's in Stafford.
Okay.
And so we have those. The one in St. John will be in West 2nd Street. There's a few lots that we'll be building on West 2nd.
Okay.
And then in Stafford, it's on West Morrell Street, and it's a lot there. And so we'll be building on that as well. So those are the first 2 houses. The next 7 houses will be similar designs. And so we'll be bidding those out together. And we'll be contacting contractors soon with bids and stuff like that. So,
okay, excellent. Okay, since you mentioned Stafford Historic District, tell me about that.
Yeah, we're in talks right now, so nothing super solid yet, but we've kind of started talking about doing a historic district downtown. I think sometimes people, when they hear historic district, they think, "Oh no, I can't do anything with my building if it's in a historic district."
Yep.
And I think that's a lot of that is kind of carryover thought process of like previous, the way they used to do it previously. Now, if you do establish a historic district, not all the buildings are actually registered on the national or state registry.
Okay.
And so we would survey a larger area, and then the buildings that would be relevant to the historic district will be registered. And then any houses and buildings within that area, they can still, if they're not registered, they can still be, renovated or done however they want. And even some of the buildings on the historic district, the state historic office, historical preservation office, they would give recommendations on what can be changed and how, but it's up to the local authorities. So the city can give a final approval if it can be changed or not. Okay.
Does this open up the door for grants or anything like that if you're designated as a historical district?
Yeah. So if you're in a district and your building is registered, you can get up to 60% of the project costs covered with tax credits. And so this was kind of tax credits, this type of tax credits for investors that want to invest or donors or whatever. And so if we have individuals in Stafford or St. John or outside of our county that want to give, then that will be the case. We'll be able to do tax credits, and then there'll also be grants available to be able to do some of the projects. So Stafford has been doing a really great job of. They've taken on a few projects in the downtown area. They got a HEAL grant for one of the buildings downtown, and they're renovating a space where they're going to have a park next door. That's the EPIC project we've talked about before. And then they probably own 5 or 6 buildings downtown, and then the museum, the county museum owns also another 5 or 6 buildings downtown. And so the 2 of them were kind of doing a partnership together with the city and the county museum. And we still have to get some approvals still with the council and the board from the museum. So we haven't solidified things, but we're in conversations and we've done a lot of research and trying to determine what is possible, what's not. And I think we'll be able to move forward once those approvals are made to do a survey. And there's money to actually pay for the survey. I've already picked a surveyor that I would like to work with. And once those approvals are done, we'll move forward with that process. And then we would do the survey of the area. And then that process to get registered and surveyed and everything takes about a year. And then once that year is completed and they've kind of decided which buildings would be registered, they'd get registered on National Registry. And then we would look at what projects we could do with these buildings. And some of the thoughts are the museum has some buildings that have spaces not being used. We would like to convert them to commercial spaces. So actually some of those buildings can be used. The money can be used to actually support the museum itself. And so we're kind of looking at ways to help the museum financially, but also help the tax base, get apartments in some buildings downtown, things like that. And so kind of looking at it kind of as a whole, like how can we make the downtown area a little more attractive to people to come and use the space more effectively for economic growth.
Okay, very good. Ryan Russell with us. We're going to take a break. We'll come back and we'll talk about the Hood Haven building in St. John. That's next on Focus on Stafford County.
Hey folks, this is Trey Bergen with Ag 360 Insurance in St. John. We are an independent agency offering several types of insurance, including crop, farm, irrigation, business, personal, and life. We would appreciate an opportunity to earn your business. Feel free to stop by our office at 103 East 4th Avenue in St. John, or give us a call at 620-549-3579. You can also check us out online at ag360insurance.com.
The friendly staff at Stafford County Drug appreciates your patronage. The lobby is open and they offer a convenient drive-up window. They'll even deliver your prescriptions in Stafford, St. John, and Maxville for free. Stafford County Drug knows the value of a hard-earned dollar and wants to work with you and your doctor to make prescriptions easy. For any questions on switching your prescriptions to your local pharmacy, call pharmacist Chris Davis at 620-377-5633. Stafford County Drug, open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Inside White's Food Liner, Highway 281, St. John.
Welcome back. Ryan Russell with us. Focus on Stafford County today. A lot of topics. I've never heard of this building before, although people in St. John, Stafford County probably have. The Hood Haven building.
Yeah, so if you're from St. John, you know this building very well. So Mr. Hood was a science teacher for decades. He was also a World War II vet, and he got awards for that as well. And then he had used that space downtown as kind of a nonprofit space where he did his science experiments and had students come and look at the building. They would walk through and see his experiments. He would talk about his big thing was electricity, so he would talk about Tesla and I'm just blanking out on his name. The guy, light bulb. Thomas Edison, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, so
okay,
I'm sorry, I blanked out for a second.
I thought you were talking about the light bulb in your head.
Yeah,
I didn't
know.
know. Okay.
That too. But Tesla and Einstein, so that building has a lot of history there. And he had it open for older people to come and have coffee in the morning with him and stuff like that. So the organization that had owned it, most of the people in the organization had kind of stopped doing activities with that because he'd passed away. And so the building is just sitting there. And so we actually helped the building become unstuck from the process of being kind of in limbo. And so that board of that organization was able to donate the building to Stafford County Eco Devo. And so it's on Main Street, and it's on the west side of the square in St. John. And so we're going to be looking at doing the roof needs fixed, but the inside of it, most of it's in pretty good shape. So we'll be able to convert that to some kind of a rental space in the near future.
Yeah, because that's what you have to work with, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not like you can go in there and, someone comes in and wants to put a new building in. I guess that'd be part of it, but that's available space. Just needs to be fixed up a little bit.
Well, all those buildings on the west side of the square and the south side of the square, they're all pretty old buildings. So they're like from the late 1800s, early 1900s. And so we don't want to tear those down. We want to preserve them. And so that whole row of buildings are very old. So we're going to try to keep those up. The Mexican restaurant there, they just fixed their roof. And then the Farm Bureau building, they just fixed their roof. So there's kind of a trajectory. We need to fix the roof on the building next to them so that it also doesn't create more damage for their buildings because they all share walls. They're all like,
you bet.
So we have to take care of it. Okay. So we have that building now, and we're going to be looking at ways to do that. There's a lot of stuff still in the building. We're going to be cleaning that out in the next week or two, and then starting to prepare for the roof being fixed.
Okay, commercial kitchen. We've talked about this, but it's going on. That elephant has been consumed. Now we're out there? People can rent it for different
Yeah,
occasions, things like this.
Yeah, if you're a food business and you want to use the kitchen, there's an application process. We'll give you an application. There will be a deposit that you pay, and then you can rent a space for like 4-hour blocks of time. And it'll also be contingent on availability because the extension office also uses the space. And so we work with the calendar together to make sure that it's available. And then we're also doing classes in there. We have another class coming up on April 10th. It's a sourdough class. It's about sourdough breads. And then I'm booking someone. Everybody in St. John knows them, Pam and Tom Turner. They do beekeeping and make honey. And so Tom and Pam will probably be doing a class in May. He hasn't told me exactly the dates yet.
Okay.
And I've talked to him, though, about it. So we'll be doing maybe a class in May. And then I've been talking to a couple people about raising chickens and doing it for like commercial purposes, but also for farm to table type of work. And so we're trying to do stuff that's like food oriented, helping people think through like pressure canning. We'll be doing some pressure canning classes in the near future, and offering different things for this first year. We're going to kind of like test to see what people really want. And then I'd like to actually develop a kind of a robust program that we can get people in that can be developing food businesses and start creating products that can be sold locally and also more broadly in Kansas and maybe even further. Maybe export. I don't know. Maybe that's way down the road.
You never know.
Who knows? Who knows? So we've got a number of businesses locally that already do food, and they also distribute it as well. And so we're trying to I really want to develop some products and stuff to help them grow their businesses, to grow our community.
Okay,
and I think there's a lot of opportunities there.
Commercial kitchen, where's this located again?
It's in the Stafford County Annex building.
Okay.
Behind the courthouse.
Okay. Farmers Market Senior Vouchers Program. Is this new in Stafford County?
No, it's actually an old program,
Okay.
And I'm just helping promote it a little bit. And if you're a senior, 60 years and above, you can go to the Stafford County Health Department and sign up for this voucher program. And the voucher program is basically you get $5 coupons, a book of 10, so it's $50 that you can use at the farmers market.
Okay.
And St. John has a farmers market, and it's from June through the end of August. And so that'll start being promoted soon. And we're going to be doing a few things a little different with the farmers market. I'm working with the extension office. I'm a little too early to talk about some of that stuff.
Sure.
But I've been talking with the extension office and health department to help them with marketing this program, but also help with farmers market a little bit. And we're going to try to develop it a little bit more. We just decided if we get the money, we're going to buy tents for the farmers to have shade. And we will be moving the farmers market to the gazebo area inside the square. So There's a gazebo there.
Yeah.
And we're going to hopefully start doing some promotion of art and music during the farmers market so people will come out and enjoy it and hang out and stuff like that. So.
Okay, very good. Ryan Russell with us. We're going to take a break. More focus on Stafford County coming up.
Cornwell Beef in St. John is a fourth-generation family farm offering true farm-to-table and top quality. Providing top-quality beef from hamburger, hot dogs, roast, top sirloin, brisket, KC strips, ribeyes, filet mignon, and more. Cornwell Beef only processes top-quality steaks, which have nice marbling and juicy flavor. These steaks would be considered U.S. Prime and the top tier of U.S. Choice beef. Ask about free delivery in Stafford, Barton, and Douglas counties. Cornwell Beef, St. John.
The St. John Jubilee Committee reminds you to always shop local first. It's time to mark your calendar for the 2024 St. John Jubilee. Memorial Day weekend, May 24th and 25th in downtown St. John. Small town values and old-time traditions. The St. John Jubilee Committee looks forward to a full year of fun events around the square. Find out more on Facebook at Around the Square, St. John, Kansas.
SJN Bank of Kansas knows the value of rural Kansas and is committed to all of the communities they serve, personal to business banking and more. They offer mobile banking options too. Download their app at SJN Bank of Kansas and find them online at sjnbank.com. Serving you since 1905 and with 6 locations. SJN Bank of Kansas in St. John, Maxville, Hudson, Burdett, Greensburg, and La Crosse. Member FDIC.
Welcome back. Focus on Stafford County. Ryan Russell with us here on the show today. Talked about this last month when you were in, and it's getting close. It's 13 Ways to Kill Your Community. The book club, April 12th. Lunch and learn at the library, Ryan.
Yep, that's right. We actually pushed the date back a little bit, partially because the girls in St. John went to state basketball, and so we kind of pushed it back. And
it's a town celebration.
It was a town celebration. There was also some weather issues, and so we pushed it to April 12th. This is going to be kind of like a book club. There'll be 2 sessions, 2 lunch and learns. We've been doing lunch and learns in partnership with the Ida Long Memorial Library there in St. John. And those have been happening 2 times a month on Fridays, and we've been marketing those. We'd love more people to come. There's free lunch. We're providing it. EcoDevo and the library are paying for the lunch together. And the 13 Ways to Kill Your Community is basically a book about ways that communities inadvertently cause more problems for themselves and become kind of a little bit lazy in managing things and doing things. And so kind of want to bring this book to do as a group, and I'm hopefully I'll be passing it along to some city council members, maybe a mayor or 2, and commissioners. I'm hoping some of you guys, you commissioners, will
come down there. And
maybe we'll do a separate thing besides the lunch and learn as well. But just start thinking a little differently about the community and trying to find ways to develop it and build it over time. And so it's a really good book. And so I'll be personally talking about it in the lunches, and I'll be posting the slides online as well, so that people that can't make it can also.
So it's like 13 chapters. If there's 13, different ways.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first session will be kind of like an overview of the book, and then we'll do the reading of the book on your own time. The last session will be more of like a brainstorming. How can we use these concepts to make our community better? Maybe taking some of these ideas and bringing them to the different city councils.
Is this unique for smaller communities or larger communities, or both?
The book, I think, is good for any community. And a community can be defined in different ways. It could be like a neighborhood. It can be a city, it can be a county, or whatever. And I should mention this. I don't want to forget to do this. Network Kansas is paying for this. So Network Kansas is supporting us in doing this. And they're actually paying for the lunches and the books. And they've sent me a box of books that we can use in the program. So
fantastic. Okay, so that's coming up on April 12th. What time? Well, it's lunch, right?
12 o'clock.
Yep.
12 to 12:50 is usually when we meet. And so you get there, you grab some lunch, sit and chit-chat with the people around, and then we start talking about 15 minutes in to the time.
Okay, real quick here. Latest update on the Stafford Train Depot.
Yes. So this is an interesting project. We Monday night was, I think, the 3rd conversation that we'd have with the city council in Stafford, and they finally approved to support the project with some money. But that's a contingent if we do actually do a deal with BNSF, and also the EcoDevo board is on board with it. And so I have a board meeting on the 9th to discuss this with my board. And so hopefully they'll be on board with it. If not, we won't do the project, and maybe somebody else will step in to do that. But it's a good sign that Stafford is on board with supporting it, and then we've also got some individuals in the community that have also pledged some money as well. So.
Does this include moving the structure?
No.
Okay.
I did look into that. It's gonna be very expensive, and there's different companies that can do it. Some of them can do it as is, and some suggested to take the bricks off the outside of the area and then put them back on. So it's too complicated to do, it's a very big building. It's going to be too heavy. It's just going to be very costly to move it. And I think we've had enough conversations with BNSF that they're comfortable with leaving it in place.
Man, a lot of great things going on, Ryan. I wouldn't want to look at your things to do list, but keep navigating through it. That's Focus on Stafford County.